Hi colleagues, my name is Konstantin. I'm Managing Director of Safety4You Limited, a company which is formed in Kenya for safety management and culture development, actually to improve the way we think in terms of the safety, so that actually we can remain safe on the road all the time. We just want to see the causes of the road crashes and actually what's supposed to be done so that the system can be improved, so that people can remain safe. Okay, now let us try to understand how people are. Okay, I think we are the way we think. If we think positive, we do the positive thing. If we think negative, we do the negative thing. So actually, to improve the road safety accidents, it's actually mostly concerned with what people are asked to do and the characteristics and who is doing it, which is actually the individual and the competency, and where you're working, the organizations and the attributes. So actually the issue of accident is that we start with the organization, which is the regulators, and then we come to the people, and then we go to the equipment. All those three things actually must be brought into factor, so that actually we can come up with a solution which is going to improve the road safety. And then the main big problem is the human behaviors. You see, the human behaviors will just come in because how are you being managed to ensure that the road is safe? If we do things wrongly, it will give us the wrong result, and if we do the things correctly, it will give us the correct result, and that's the biggest problem. So individuals have a wide range of abilities and limitations, and human factors or ergonomics approaches focuses on how we make the best use of these capabilities, and by designing jobs and equipment which are fit for the people, so that actually we can improve. As we remember, in 2014, Kenya implemented the Michuki rules with the public services, which are required to be fitted with the speed governors, and standing on matatu was banned, and 19 years down the line, actually, a lot has not been done. The question is, why haven't you done all those ones? Michuki rules was formed, but was formed on intimidations, and actually anything formed on intimidations cannot give the values. It must have a shared values, because shared values, people will try to embrace it and will try to practice it. But if you try to intimidate people, they will do it when you are there, and immediately you leave, they're just going to forget about it. So as regulators, whatever we do, we must ensure that actually it has a shared value, because shared value is very, very important. Okay. We can ask another question, is that who is managing the safety on the road? They will say, definitely they will say police, but police are not managing safety. Police are only doing supervisory, which has a lot of problems also with their supervisory activities, because it's characteristic with so many bad things, because most of the road users will say that they are being intimidated, and as I've said before, that anything that intimidates people will give a wrong result. Being government does not mean that you have to use too much force to the people. You must actually look something which actually people are going to embrace. It's very, very important. Yeah, and if you look at the problems which are actually affecting our road, you'll find that people will hit and run, which is pathological, tire burst, poor maintenance of the vehicle, loss of control, lack of concentration, or cognitive, overtaking inappropriately, pathologically, because you don't think properly, you don't have a lot of knowledge, tail tagging, lack of, it's pathological also, lack of doing the right thing, wrong lane cycling. See, that one, they don't have even wrong information, and also the vehicle should also be know that actually somebody is on the road, and they must be very careful, so that when they are driving, they ensure that all the safety and the safety of the people has been put into consideration. A restored vehicle with no proper signage, the vehicle is stored on the road, they're supposed to do the right thing, they don't do the right thing, which means there's a lot of negligence, which is also pathological, lack of education, and then fatigue and drug abuse. You see, if you drive for a very long time, you'll get fatigue, because we have what we call static ergonomics. So it's recommended that after driving like 100 kilometers, you have to stop and relax for 15 minutes, try to stretch yourself so that the blood can flow in the bodies. And then we have what we call pedestrian crossing without a sign or wrong places. Okay, this one is actually mixed up because some of the drivers will find that where the pedestrians, even the schools, people will come at high speed, and also the pedestrian children, school children are crossing the road, and actually they do the wrong thing. So if you look at this one, it's a mixed bag whereby everybody's doing the mistakes, the driver doing the mistakes and the pedestrian are doing the mistakes. But I think the driver has the higher responsibility because they're in the vehicle, and actually they have gone to school to train to drive the vehicle, so they're expected to do the right thing, not just to do to take action which actually is going to create a harm for the people. So it's also very important to have a system which actually monitor everything so that we can know where the problem is, because sometimes we take the decision without actually doing the correct evaluation because we don't have a repository system to capture everything, and then it become a big problem. So it's important to check whether the controls in the place are effective and being used correctly, and have introduced a new hazard or risk. This can be done by talking to your road users, observing driving activities, and undertaking walkthrough surveys and reviewing incidents and hazards reports. You see now, that's very important, and actually with our system currently, SLM does not have all those things. We come with the rule after rules, rules after rules, rules after rules, and nothing is improving because we are not capturing where the problem is. Also, our system must have to identify the lagging and the leading indicators so that actually we know where we're doing correct and we know where we're doing wrong. All those things must be brought into perspective so that we can improve our roads. And actually also the most important is that we must have what we call the management buy-in. We have to foster active safety committees, invest in the culture to improve the cultures, and then communicate and empower and continuously improve the safety, which actually is all of them, they are not in place. So what is actually needed is that we must think what is lacking and we implement safety the way it's supposed to be implemented, because it doesn't matter how much we spend on the road, how much we intimidate the people, nothing is going to improve until we do what is supposed to be done. And to do the right thing, we must have what we call a safety policy. We must have policies and procedures which should be implemented. We must have training inductions to the drivers all the times. We have to remind ourselves about the safety. We have to have monitoring system. We must have supervisory, and then we must have a risk reporting. And then what shall we be aiming? We shall be aiming to move people from reactive to calculative, proactive, and then generative. When we reach generative, it will be an open system whereby everybody is willing to report the risk hazards. With all the mistake, we take care of everything, and then accident eventually will go down, and then we shall have a safe country. Thank you very much for listening to me. As I said before, we're presenting from Safety For You Limited, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so that actually whenever we present a new video, you'll be the first one to watch it, so that actually we learn together to improve and to make our country safe. Thank you very much, and have a safe day. And then today being a holiday, enjoy your Muslim holiday, so that actually you don't do something which can put your life into danger. Thank you very much, and God bless you.